Hello.
Oh, hey.
Hey there.
We're back. WSP, the Winner Seat Podcast. This is Mason Source, your host. And that's Tasha.
Hi, everyone.
Let's go. Another one. Guys, I just appreciate you listening so much because the feedback has been super crazy.
Super
lit.
positive.
We're here another day. Another episode. What are we talking about today?
All right. So today we're going to cover a bunch of different things, right?
That's good. We're going to have a nice
I want to
conversation.
talk about manifestation.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I think that manifestation is a good one.
Yes.
You know, what that looks like, what that feels like. Because I think now more than ever, people are struggling with their spirituality, their mental health. By the way, 2 days ago was National Mental Health Day.
Okay.
I did a post about it.
Mhm.
And I talked about it on my LinkedIn and on my threads, and I want to talk about it here. People are struggling now more than ever.
Yeah.
And just because you're having, well, let's just talk about what a mental health issue looks like. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm suicidal. I want to just go and kill myself. Right?
Of course.
And sometimes people think that. But
We touched on
mental
that,
health,
on that.
we did talk about suicide before.
Yeah.
But mental health can also just mean I'm having an off day.
Mhm.
I feel down. My energy is low. I don't feel excited to do the things that I normally like to do,
Yes.
right? And so 2 days ago was National Mental Health Day, and these are the things that I said. Grounding, putting your feet in the grass. I think we talked about this before.
Yes.
Also doing something different, changing your environment, right?
Mhm.
If you can, like, get away from where you're at, just get away. Go to another state. Like, change your environment sometimes can really be helpful with
Yeah.
changing your energy.
I think that's major key, changing your environment, because I can speak on experience myself.
Yeah.
I lived in a very loud, noisy place.
Yeah. I remember we talked about this in the other episode.
Yeah. And it was huge for me to be able to move to another space, because I obviously run a business, and I run it from home, right? We're serial entrepreneurs, right? So we
Yes.
run everything from, we're always on the go. It was on laptop, phones, and stuff like that. So we're constantly having meetings,
Right.
Zoom calls, things of that nature, investors or new opportunities, new endeavors,
Right.
right? Us trying to figure out what we're gonna be talking about in podcasts. Just, the trading sessions, live trading sessions that I do with my students, my mentees. And that can be a hassle, just trying to everything outside, the music,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? So it was very important for me and my mental health
Right.
to be able to go somewhere where it's quiet, it's tranquil, like where I'm at right now, right? And that completely changed everything for me, because once I changed my environment, I changed my energy was lit, but
Right.
I changed my energy entirely. It upgraded, right? Because I felt like the moment I changed my environment, new opportunities started coming in, right? Because I had space in my mind to be able to think. There wasn't constant noise and constant things to worry about, constant distractions, right?
Right.
And so when I changed my environment, it was huge for me, and I was looking at things completely different. It sounds crazy, but I was. Now I have more time to think. Now it's more quiet. Now I can handle my calls better, right? Now I don't have it, just think better, right? So it was huge for me, and it was the best decision that I made, because after that, doors just started to open.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I absolutely think that changing your environment is huge. And,
Definitely.
when it comes to manifestation.
Yeah.
No.
And so, speaking on manifestation, I think a lot of times people don't realize how powerful it can be.
People don't believe it.
Yeah, people don't believe in
People don't believe
manifestation.
it.
Yeah.
That's just crazy to me,
Yeah,
though.
it is crazy.
Like, how
Because
people don't believe that?
all we are is energy anyway.
That is all we are.
That's all we are.
We're literally everything.
Yeah.
The solid, just from the most solid thing on earth, which is a rock,
Yeah.
right? Even rocks evolve.
Right.
They evolve to the things that you guys wear, diamonds.
Yeah.
Right? Some emeralds, rubies.
Yep.
These were regular rocks. They just evolved. Right? So part of manifestation is evolving the self.
Right.
Right? People don't believe in the law of attraction. That's what manifestation is. The law of attraction, it says it right there. It's a law.
Right.
You don't see air, but you breathe it.
Mm-hmm.
It's real, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't see gravity, but you feel it.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's keeping you down to earth.
Grounded,
right?
Yeah.
So the law of attraction is
That was
the
a
same.
bar, by the way.
Yeah, you know.
Pounded.
Yeah, pounded twice. Boom. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. So my thing is, law of attraction is just as real. It's what's called law of attraction. And part of that, subsection is manifesting, auto-suggestion.
Right.
You have to, it's kind of like almost being crazy, right? And that's why a lot of people don't believe it, because it's like, a lot of people don't believe it because they don't practice it.
Right.
And because they don't practice it, they just go, they're like a fish in the pond. They just go with the flow.
Right.
Right. And it's just, if you don't really force yourself or push yourself to be able to believe things for yourself before they happen, and with the right amount of desire and faith, it can absolutely happen, right? And people just don't believe because they don't practice it, and they don't believe because it sounds crazy. How am I going to say that I'm a millionaire if I'm not?
Right.
Well, you have to start.
Well, something that people don't realize is the first step of manifestation is creating a vision board. A lot of people have done that, right?
That is very key.
That is the first step of creating, what you see for yourself.
Well, I'll go further. People don't want to even do that.
Right.
Because they think it's like, oh, it's pointless. It's a vision board for, like, people do those kind of things for jobs and stuff, but they don't do it for themselves.
Which is true, but I'm going to give you guys a little easy hack. Every year is a new year, obviously, and everybody has these New Year resolutions, right?
Yes.
This is what you should do. I did this, and I love it. Create an Instagram that only is for you. Make it private. Mine is called NDB Manifestations. Nobody has access to it except me. In there, I post how I see myself and my vision for the year. And then you go back at the end of the year and you look and see if you accomplished those things that you sought out to do at the beginning of the year. It's very easy. Sometimes a vision board, going to get newspapers and cutting out. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah, it's tough, but there's so many.
Right.
You can do a vision board on your phone.
Right.
You can do a vision board on Canva.
Right.
Right. Canva is like a Photoshop. Right.
Absolutely.
You can do these things. So it's really not because you can't. It's because y'all don't want to.
Right.
And
the Instagram one is so easy.
It's so easy, especially because you're always on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you, whoever you are.
Exactly.
You're always on Instagram. So it's like, I think it's beautiful that you said the first thing that we need in order to manifest is to build a vision board.
Yeah, we have to have a roadmap, right?
Yeah.
No one can build an empire without a concrete roadmap to know exactly what they're doing. If you don't know where you're going or where you're headed, you're literally just blowing in the wind, right?
You have to be your own Waze.
Yeah. You have to figure it out. And so
you got to be your own GPS, your own navigation. But how can you know if there's no roadmap?
Right. And don't get discouraged. Like, if something that you have on your vision board is not coming into fruition. Like, for example, with mine, I'll share this one thing that I have on there. I have a picture of Sierra and Russell Wilson and their family, right? Because I really admire their family structure.
Yeah.
However, I'm not in their day-to-day, so you don't know what really goes on behind closed doors. However, I do admire the way that he loves her, the way that she loves him, and they're expecting another child, which is beautiful. And I have them on mine. Now, there's 3 months left in the year. Am I going to be having an additional child and marriage? And no, right? But it's okay to put out into the universe what you want. And I think that is a very powerful thing to do. So that is a form of manifestation.
Absolutely.
Also, we talked about this before too, like meditating, but I think meditating in a different kind of way, like closing your eyes in complete darkness. Even if you have an eye mask on, I like to do it with an eye mask so I don't, crack my eye open or anything.
Yeah.
I like to see myself.
Visualize yourself.
Visualize myself, and that's why when I close my eyes, I'm seeing the water. I'm seeing Miami. I'm seeing, I don't know what's to come out there, but I'm seeing, where I want to live, how I want to live, I'm seeing what I want to eat. All these details, what I want to drink, You know what I mean? How I want my body.
So important.
Yeah, how I want my body to be, how I want my hair to be, how I want my skin to be, you know? I'm looking at these intricate details of myself, and I'm envisioning myself in the best version ever of myself.
And the more details you go into, the more detailed it gets.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The more thoughts come into your mind, and
let me say this.
Yeah.
You should want to be as detailed as possible about what you want for your life, even down to your damn nail polish. I don't care. Be detailed about what you want in your life. Be that intricate.
Well, that's regular to you and to me because we have practiced this for a while. And at first, I'm not gonna lie, let's be serious. When I first started practicing the law of attraction, manifestation, just really getting in tune with myself and really like, you know, touching my own soul and understanding my being, right? I would say 25, 26, I started kind of like what people say, awaking, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, to be honest, man, I felt crazy at first. Like, oh, I'm going to say this. All right, cool. You know, I'm going to say it. But then it's like, it's not just to say it.
Right.
It's really to find and feel the belief in what you're saying.
Right.
Right? And if you don't believe it, what you're saying, then you don't really want it that bad.
100%.
Because if you want something that bad, you should be able to believe it to the point where it's like, nothing's going to stop me from getting there.
Right.
You know, it doesn't matter how long it takes. So you feel kind of delusional at first doing it. Right? But what we fail to realize is that everything that you see in the world is a manifestation of men.
Right.
Everything. This microphone, this right here, the building that we're in, everything, which that means that there's two ways or a process of two things that happen of creation.
Right.
You first create here.
Yep.
And then you create in the physical form.
Yes.
Physical, right? I would say 3 steps. Because if I'm somebody that's, I want to build a business. I want to build a building.
Right.
I got to think about it here. Then I put it on paper on a blueprint. Then it comes out in real life.
Right.
Right. So you have to create. We are creators. Like I said before, we're manifestors, but we're our creators of our own destiny and our own life. And everybody that's wealthy, that has the life that you want, did this manifestation process.
Yes.
Right. They didn't give a fuck if they failed 1,000 times. Like we spoke about before, Henry Ford failed many times.
Right.
Right.
Kept going.
Yeah. Edison failed many times. His journey is crazy. Right. And a book that I highly suggest everyone to go read is Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's a great book. I mean, I'm rereading it right now. It's like my 3rd time reading it. And it's just because I was in a different mind state when I first read it, I received it different. Right. Now I'm receiving it a completely different in a more elevated mindset and scale because, you know, my life is different now. I think different. I am different. My being is different, right? My soul is different because of all the, upgrades that I've done in my life for myself, right? So, you know, it's kind of like delusional, but everything you see around you is a manifestation of someone who created it here first, right? So
absolutely,
we are creators of our own destiny. If we think something and envision ourselves by the detail, like you said, in such a way, it's going to happen for you if you think about it enough, because you're going to start to see that doors will start opening for you based on those things that you're thinking about, because you threw on those goggles,
right?
Those goggles of seeing your life in the future, right? And it's kind of like I'm already there. I just need to wait for time to catch up,
right?
And you have to have that burning desire and that burning belief that no matter what, you're going to get to the certain goal that you set out for yourself. And that's manifestation. Like, that's you really coming down on yourself and saying, hey, no matter what, this is what I see.
Right.
This is what I see when I close my eyes. This is what I saw. And I'm living here in this car this year, with this color of car, with a wife, with this amount of kids, with this house here in this place, all of that. I get goosebumps talking about it.
Right.
Because I have all of that shit written down. You know what I'm saying? Last week they asked me, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? 20 million up. Because that's one of the things that's like, why? It's a quick answer.
Yeah.
Why? Because I already have it here. I have it written down. I have it written down on my phone. I have it written down to the point where it's like, I know.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So law of attraction is real.
Absolutely. Speaking of marriage, we're jumping topics a bit. I feel like we gave some gems on manifestation on what to do and how to get started in that space. Marriage, I saw recently.
Part of manifestation, because you
want
to manifest.
You want to have a life partner, and people these days are really so against marriage, and they're so worried about a divorce and you have to pay and this and that. And it's like, that is not the way you should think.
People do marriage nowadays for business. It's so dirty. It's so nasty.
It's bad. But you know what it is? It is a business arrangement, technically, but it's love involved, right?
Of course, but
you're marrying.
You want to be smart, but people do it literally just for popularity and marketing. It's just crazy
it's bad.
nowadays. Yeah.
I think that marriage is becoming so obsolete in our generation. Like, people are just not really caring about building with one person and staying and making it work, right? So
quit on each other so fast.
Yeah. So there's 2 points. There's another popular podcast. I'm not gonna say who, but I commented. You know, I like to say my piece. And he was talking on his podcast, and he was like, "Yeah, my nephew, you know, he had a baby with this girl, and so he moved to where she was at to help raise the child. And now he's telling me he feels like he can't go after his dreams and goals, and he asked me, what should he do? And he was like, I told him, man, leave her, leave the child, man, go after your dreams. And I commented, and I was like, why are we giving this type of terrible information?
Yeah.
You should never.
It's not good advice.
At all. You should never, especially men of color, want to leave your family to go after your dreams. You should be actually procreating with someone who you feel like can accommodate your dreams and goals. You guys can work together to get. See, the problem is men and women have this ideology that they are in competition with each other instead of understanding the power of teamwork. When you're a team, first of all, when you're having a child together, you're automatically a team. So then,
the moment you're together, you're a team.
You're a team.
Especially when you have a child. When you have a child now you got a little squad.
Yeah. So it's like, why are you even advising him to leave her instead of saying, hey, let's figure out how she can be valuable to your business and your dreams and goals?
Hey, I'm going to tell you this. Shout out to all the great podcasts out there, because this is a beautiful field. We get to speak our mind and all that.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible advice. I don't give a fuck what podcast that was. It was a horrible advice.
Horrible. And it was a bunch of men in the comments, and it's a very popular one, and they're like, yeah, he should leave her. And I was like, dang, this is where, like, he did the right thing as a man. He moved to where she was at to help raise his child. That is, I don't care who you are, that is honorable.
Yep.
That's being a man, and that's taking care of your business.
Yeah.
As a man, you have to take care of your business. No child should be fatherless because you feel like you need to go after your dreams and goals. Listen, children alter our lives forever. There's no way around it. If you don't like it, don't have kids. And if you don't want to have kids, wrap it up. That's it. It's really simple.
And I think selection of partner is important, right?
Oh, man.
Because if you had your dreams and goals, chances are that you had those before he had that, before he met that woman, right? So then selection
and you didn't execute for whatever reason.
You didn't execute beforehand. So I'll take it further. I think that was horrible advice, but that advice is not even connected to a proper way of thinking.
Right.
By the man with the wife and the kid. Why? Because it's like, if you didn't attack it before you got with her, now you're using her as an excuse for not attacking what you really want because you're scared.
Right.
Because you have fear, because that's what really stops people from doing what they really want. Fear is not real.
Right.
False evidence appearing real.
Right.
Fear, right? Not real.
Whereas you should sit down with your partner and say, hey, this is what I really want to do.
There's a way.
This has been my dream for the past blah, blah, blah year, since I was a kid, whatever the case may be. This is how I feel like I can make it happen.
Especially if you made that sacrifice.
How can we as a team get to this goal?
Make it happen.
Come on.
Make it happen. If 2 people are happy, right, and 2 people want the best for each other,
right,
no way he's using it as an excuse. It's an excuse because he didn't attack it beforehand.
Right.
You know, 100% is an excuse. He's using it as an excuse now because if that person is there to support you and you figure out a good plan and you say, hey, this is what we're going to do and this is how we're going to move forward. I made the sacrifice for you to come here and, you know, and of course you don't want to put that on her faces. That's not even, but I did that because I love you and I came over here and but now, you know, let's support each other on this
journey.
And if she sees the value in it and she knows that it's going to upscale and elevate your life, then she's absolutely going to support. So to me, the advice, the horrible advice, it doesn't even have the proper connection to the right way of thinking anyway, because to me, I just think that person's just using the wife as an excuse for why he's not reaching or going for his goals and dreams.
Right. For sure. The other thing that I saw online that's troublesome, that really kind of shows where we're at just as a society. And this guy has a popular Instagram account. He posted, and it was so detrimental. And I commented. He took it down, I think, because I went off. Because I'm like, why are you doing this? Yeah. The post was of these 3 different women proposing to their men on their knees. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Wait.
Yeah.
What?
And then
wait, what'd you say?
These women.
I'm confused.
I know, it's confusing. This is why men are turning, like, don't get me started into, listen, these women were on their knees proposing to their men, and their men is like, surprised, oh, wow. And then the men were all in the comments like, yeah, this is an example of a woman going after what she wants, and da-da-da. And I'm like, yo, this is sick. And you're wondering why more men are turning more feminine, and and then he posted next, a man who's full beard man going into a woman's restroom, a little girl was using the bathroom. And the mom was like, yo, my daughter's in here. You can't go in here. He was like, yes, I can. I'm a woman. She's like, no, you're not. You're a man in a dress. And he's like, nah. And I'm like, see, this is the thing. We're pushing these different agendas, and then we wonder why, like, so many men in the comments, it was so disturbing to see them saying, man, that's how really it should be. These women should propose to us. And da-da-da. I'm just like, wow. This is really crazy, the world.
I'm gonna keep it, you know, I'm gonna keep it very PG.
Yeah.
Right, because it's you know, it's a very touchy subject when you talk about the LGBT community, and much respect to them, of course.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely
has nothing to do with that. But let's be real, right? My boy, propose to your girl, bro.
Right.
The fuck you doing?
Right.
Why is your girl proposing? That shit is weird. Like there's just certain things that are just men. Men need to. There's no in between, no grayscale. Men need to do this. There's just certain things, just like there's certain things that just women. Right? Yes. Just women. I'm not talking about surface level shit. There's just certain moral things that are just like, I wouldn't even allow it.
Right.
You try to pull up on me like that as my girl. I wouldn't even allow it.
Right. It's like, what
I'm
are you
like,
doing?
oh wait, nah, we just bugging. Crazy.
Right. Like, what are you doing?
You could have just told. I'd rather you tell me, hey, babe.
Yeah.
I'm ready. That's all you need to say. That's all you need to say. I'll make it happen. I'll get the place. Like, I'll make it a special situation. But what I'm not going to do is, you know, and the funny thing is that the guys supporting that in the comments is just weird to me.
So many of them.
Because
thousands of them. I'm like, wow.
But it's the double standard, right? Because there's that to me is like, bruh, that's not.
All right, it wasn't thousands. It was like hundreds of comments. But it was more than it should have been.
Come on. Like it's weird. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong. A woman wants to propose to them. Her man is okay with that, then cool. That's your prerogative and perspective. Cool.
Nah, it's wrong. I'm sorry.
I'm saying, to me, I'm just trying to be diplomatic here.
Yeah,
to me, is wrong. There's just certain things that are sacred sacred is the word. Sacred for the man to fucking do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so
a man chooses who he wants to do life with.
So what's next?
Yeah,
you're in the church getting dressed, and as a man, you're like, babe, don't come. You're not supposed to see me before.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on. Are you fucking kidding?
Like,
me,
it's
man?
crazy. It's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. That's just weird. I don't rock with that, and I think. Let's talk about that. Like the double standards nowadays. There's a lot of double standards nowadays. Women could do this, but men can't do this. Or men can't do this, and women, you know. And I get that, you know. there's certain things that's just like, all right, that's not a man or a woman thing, but there's just certain things that are sacred for a man to do.
Right.
Right. And plus, as a man, you should be proud to want to get in one knee and express to the girl that you love and want to be with for the rest of your life, that you want to marry her. Why the fuck were you gonna let the girl do? Yeah, next time when y'all go when y'all go to the restaurant to eat that same night, ladies first, and she's gonna open the door for you.
Right. Hello. It's crazy.
The fuck?
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And all y'all niggas in the comments on that other one, y'all come see me. I don't care. I don't mind. Trust me. I love the heat.
Right.
You don't want it with me, bro.
It's crazy, right? It's like,
yeah, put you in your place real fast. Like,
man,
it's just weird, man. It's weird. And then us as men want to be valued as men, right? As alpha males. That's not alpha.
That's not alpha.
That's not alpha.
You're getting proposed to. She's on her knees.
That's not even
man,
beta.
I seen that. I was so mad. I said, what in the world is going on here, man?
It's weird. It's weird. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the world. You know what I mean?
Strange behavior.
But yeah, that's an interesting one, man.
Yeah.
But you know, when it comes to marriage, again,
yeah,
we have no experience in this because we're not married.
Right.
Right. But there's logically thinking, there's ways that you would go about certain things, right? Like picking the right person.
Right.
Right. That's why it takes time. I know of people, I won't say any names, that got married too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're not together.
Right.
Now you have a divorce on yourself. Like, for what? Take your time, right? Take your time. If you're with your person and, 2-3 years and you feel like it's the time, it got to be mutual.
Right.
Right? And just because it's been 2-3 years and one person is like, let's do it, and the other person is not, that doesn't mean that person might be like not sure about you. You don't know what. It could be financials. It could be so many things.
Yeah.
Right? It could be that the person wants had a certain year in their mind. Mm-hmm. It could be so many things, but I believe this communication is where it's at, right? So, communicate obviously with your partner. And then just that selection of person that you want to be with for the rest of your life, going back to that situation with the comment, with the guy that couldn't follow his dreams and stuff. It's either an excuse or it's real and he didn't choose the right partner for himself.
Right.
And because what are we talking about here? We're not talking about dating. We're not talking about fucking relationship. What is a relationship? You put your own title on it. Mm-hmm. Right? You're exclusively dating, and then now you put a title.
Yeah.
Cool, right? We're talking about paperwork, marriage, right? If this goes south, it can hurt you financially.
Right.
And I don't mean prenups. I mean, like, hey, if you shared a home, now you one of y'all got to take the rent, or what's going to happen? Like, it affects it. So it's like, I don't have any experience in marriage because I'm not married, but I would want it would need to be a certain way for me,
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I just feel like, another topic I would love to touch on that I'm here is, building a discipline. These are topics that people are, and I feel like we're taking this episode for that. This is good. These are topics that people have brought up, right? Mm-hmm. And that we've spoken about before, right? Discipline versus motivation.
Yes.
Right? That's a huge one, right? A lot of people are motivated to do this, but they're not disciplined enough to keep it. What to you, what's the difference between discipline and motivation? What is it for you?
So, I posted on my threads, can versus will, right? It's a very important thing.
Yeah.
Can you come to the studio today at 5 p.m.? Let's just pay attention to the wordplay here. Can you come? Right?
Yeah.
The answer is, yeah, I can come, right?
But am I?
Maybe, maybe not. Will you? This is a direct question that is commanding...
One word change.
One word change.
Yeah.
That is commanding your direct response, yes or no.
Yes. You feel me? That is huge.
Huge. So now, when you're looking at discipline versus motivation, in that case, the motivation is the will you to me. The discipline the can you is the motivation. The will you is the discipline.
You were right, yeah.
So
yes.
When you look at how you do things in your life, right, you have to look at it from the perspective of, am I a willer or am I a canner, right? Because they all fall in the same category in regards to discipline and motivating. I find myself, I was working out 3 to 4 times a week because I was telling myself when I woke up, guess what? I will work out today. That means that I made a covenant to myself that I had to do it. I said I will, so I had to make it happen. Can I make it to the gym today? I have a busy day. It's a busy
now
day.
It becomes a question.
Can I? Didn't go. Every time that I started thinking, can I fit it in? Can I make it happen?
Never happened.
Doesn't happen.
It's like going back to what I was saying. When you have a certain way of thinking, you throw on these goggles, right?
Yeah.
There's different goggles that you throw on. When you say, I can, you got the can goggles.
Yeah.
Right? So now those goggles is now you're looking at your day as, can I fit the gym in my day?
Yeah.
Now, when you got the will goggles, right? Shout out to Will. You got the will goggles, I will do this.
I will.
Now, it's not about looking at your day as, let me see if I can fit it. You look for a place to fit the gym in.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And
it's tied to discipline. Your day should be planned out.
100%.
If you know you're going to go to the gym because you will, right, and not can, then you know that I got to go by 3 p.m. So that means at 2:45, depending on how close your gym is, you're en route. It's programmed in you.
Yeah.
Prime example, something so small as making up my bed. I didn't like to do it. I didn't like to make up my bed. I'm being honest.
I want to talk about that.
And why not? Well, can I? Yeah. Do I have to? It's my bed. I don't have to.
Yeah.
But will I? Well, it starts the day off with structure. So, yes, I will. And yes, I will show my daughter that her mom makes up the bed in the morning before she starts her day.
Same. See, an organized place is an organized mind.
Organized mind.
Anybody that wants to organize their life and is not organized in their own space is gonna have a harder time to organize their life. Right? They say that when you get up in the morning, the first task should be making your bed.
Right.
It is a certain feeling that when you make your bed, that gives your brain a certain feeling of organization that allows you to, like, all right, I got as soon as I got up, I got something done that makes my place look organized. Now what's next? Right. And that's funny because that, to me, that's a major key. I do not get up. Like, as soon as I get up, I make my bed. Right away, I make my bed. So I believe that discipline can be in many things. Discipline in making your bed in the morning, discipline in going to the gym, right? Here's the deal. You can be motivated to do many things. Many things. Everybody is motivated to do many things, right? It's kind of like thinking, it's kind of like envisioning yourself, right? In a surface level, right? But not doing anything about it, right? Envisioning your house and all these beautiful things that you want, but you don't act upon it. You don't do the vision board. You don't do anything. You don't do no steps to get to it, right? Whereas, like, that's motivation. You're motivated to think about it, but you don't have the discipline to do anything for it, or for that thing that you want, right? So it's like discipline is doing what you don't want to do at the time that you need to do it when there is no motivation. That is what discipline is, right? And a lot of people today are not disciplined in many things, right? Discipline can go as far as money management. People don't even have discipline to be able to self-control themselves, right? To not spend more money than they should. And so they're broke. Right? And so you don't have enough discipline to hold yourself back from telling your friend, no, I can't spend this week. I can't go out. I can't do this. I can't do that. Why? Because of ego, right? You don't want to look bad, or you don't, you know what I'm saying? There's many ways to say no where people don't need to know your situation.
Right. Absolutely.
And you don't have to lie.
It's not a good week for me.
It's not a good week for me. Or how about simply, I don't want to. People have a problem with telling their friends, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Sometimes
it comes off rude. A little bit.
It does. It does. But you have free will to be able to do that. Obviously, you know, if it's hard for you to just say, I don't want to. If it's hard for you to come up with something that's not lying, because you don't need to lie.
Right.
Right? You just say the honest truth. It's a hard week for me right now. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of things coming up, and I can't do it.
A lot going on.
Yeah. And so,
or, you know, something I've been practicing saying, I don't have the capacity.
Oh, that's a great one.
I don't have the capacity.
How do you want to take that?
Because sometimes even my energy, I don't have the capacity
to go
to do X, Y, and Z. I just don't.
Yeah. You know, discipline in prayer.
Right.
People want to pray when things are bad.
I know. I was a victim of that too.
No, me too.
Only praying when
me
it's
too.
bad.
When I was younger, I was about 20. So my father is very religious, right? He's Jehovah's Witness. Right? I'll say it, right? And so I grew up. I don't want to disrespect that religion, right? Obviously, and I'm not, going to do it. But I just don't have those beliefs, right?
Yes.
I was not forced, but I was pushed by my father when I was living with him to go. I'm trying to pick my words correctly. To go to, church, right?
To experience it, basically.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Obviously, I didn't. It's not my thing, right? I didn't like it. And let's be real, right? All respect to religion, all religions, right? I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person. Two different things, right? I don't need to go to church, or I don't need to be religious in order to praise my God, right? There's nothing wrong with it. That's just me, right? That doesn't mean I won't go to church. I've gone to church before, right? But this particular church, I didn't, Jehovah's Witness, it wasn't for me, right? And, fast forward to when I was like 21, I had like a little resentment. I've always believed in God. I'm always believing in God, right? But I had a little resentment because of that experience with Jehovah's Witnesses and stuff. I just didn't agree with a lot of stuff. So I would only pray like on bad things, right? Bad things happen. But God allowed me to see that I'm here for something. I'm here for a bigger purpose, right?
Absolutely.
And when I was about 21, I got stabbed in my chest. I was stabbed in my chest, my leg, and like my rib, right? Doctor told me I was about less than an inch away from literally freaking getting murdered, right? Because like they didn't hit any organs or anything like that, right? But it was right above my heart. I have my scars and stuff, and it was pretty much like I got into a fight with like 10 dudes. They couldn't knock me down. Usually dudes want to they couldn't knock me down, and they pretty much ran away. Adrenaline, I couldn't feel all this stuff. Case of this story is, I got stabbed 3 times, and the doctor told me, God loves you. Your birthday is February 14th, right? 1989. You have a brand new birthday, October 20th, 2009. You have 2 birthdays because you were reborn today. And ever since that day...
You said October 20th?
October 20th.
Wow. That's coming up.
Shit. October 20th.
What's today?
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
Today's the 12th.
Yes. October 20th, 2009. It gives me goosebumps because I was really close to not being here.
Right.
And God put his hand, it was an ice pick. This thing is huge. Like, it could have literally went all through me. It's like God put his hands.
Oh, my God.
And ever since, I've had discipline to pray to God every day of my life, because it allowed me to see, like, holy shit, like, there's something bigger than us. Like, this is crazy. Like, I almost got killed, and I'm here for a bigger reason. Why did they usually use a ice pick and they couldn't I don't know. God, right? And so that gave me the discipline to believe that there's a bigger thing out there, and that's
Right.
taking care of us. And I have enough discipline to wake up every single day, do my bed, and do my routine that we spoke about,
Yep.
and then pray to God and meditate,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that is important. Do you have discipline to pray, or do you just pray when things are bad?
Right.
Or do you have discipline to actually pray every single day,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I don't mean to recite a prayer. I mean have a conversation
Right.
with God.
Yeah.
Right? Have a conversation with God. Don't hide anything. You're only hiding it from no one.
Right.
Because it's you and God. God is you.
Yeah.
God is within you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you not speaking up and trying to hide those things. I used to do this too. This is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like shit that I felt like was really bad. Like I'm not even gonna say it in my prayer. It's like, dude, what the fuck you mean? Like,
yeah,
you know, he sees everything. So just being transparent and just
put it
talking,
out there.
having a conversation with God, tell him what you want, tell him what you're thankful for, tell him, you know, what you're looking for, you know, tell him what you're sorry for, tell him, just open up every single day.
When you can be real with God, you can be real with yourself.
That is being real with yourself.
Which leads me to my next topic.
100%. Hell yeah.
Of, you know, people sometimes mistreat you and mishandle you because they see how you mistreat and mishandle yourself.
Oof. Holy shit.
I'm telling you.
Damn.
I'm telling
Pound
you.
it twice.
Boom.
Pound it twice.
Boom.
You got no self-respect. How the fuck am I going to respect you if you don't got no self-respect?
Yeah.
So I'm going to use you like a game.
Yeah. If people see you move,
who's wrong there though?
You know,
Both?
I think
Both.
I think that self-love and self-respect, how you carry yourself, sets the tone for how others carry you.
100%.
Like for me right now in my
Hell yeah.
life, I don't want to go nowhere where I'm not looking my best.
No.
I don't want to go nowhere where I'm not feeling my best. Like it goes down to the intricate details of how you want to appear and how you feel about yourself.
You see, it's 444. Angels are talking to us.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? We talking.
And so, you know, when you look at like the gym, which is a big thing because it's so hard for people to get into the swing of things with it. And I fall off and I get back on. I fall off and I get back on. But now it's like, okay, it has to be a commitment just to even say, you know what?
I'm going to the gym later.
I'm gonna go to the gym.
I'm in LA.
I'm gonna do some activity. Jumping jacks, hit some burpees.
Something. You can't go to the gym, 100 push-ups.
Yeah,
sit-ups.
Something.
Get active. Go run.
Listen, so I haven't worked out in the last it's been a little minute, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
You know what happened? I started getting cramps in my thighs and my calves.
Yeah, that means you're doing something right.
No, it means I'm doing something wrong. Because
No,
for
actually,
me,
it's working.
well, I haven't worked out.
Cramps though? Cramps like
because
regularly while you're working out.
No, like now it's happening because I haven't been working out.
Well, cramps usually happen because you're not stretching your muscles. So you need to stretch.
I need to stretch.
You need to stretch. The first thing you need to do is stretch in the morning as soon as you get up.
Absolutely. I've been doing that every day.
Routine,
yeah, I've been stretching because it's just like.
But when I meditate, I meditate stretching.
Oh yeah.
Because there's certain meditation stretches that I do, and as I'm meditating, it's like three things at once. I'm stretching, meditating, but also auto suggestion. You know, saying the things and visualizing myself and what I want. Like
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think
Really
that going to that point that I made about, you know, how you present yourself.
That's huge.
It really sets the tone. It really, really does. And I think about like even when I invested in projects with people and, you know, maybe I was on the fence about it and I did it and maybe it didn't work out. And it was like, if I would have set the tone of how I like my business to be handled, then I wouldn't have been in that circumstance because I was too like loose, you know what I'm saying, with my energy, with my expectations, and with my requests and my requirements.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to have your requirements. Like at this point in my life, whether it's dating, whether it's friendship, whether it's business ships, it's requirements that have to be met. Because if it's not being met, then it's a disservice to myself because it's my own personal requirements that I'm requiring. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm willing to bend my requirements for you. And that's not self-love and not self-respect. I definitely agree with everything you just said.
Yeah.
Some people And some people are living a situation that they behaved themselves into.
Yeah.
If you're in a relationship or a business ship or anything, that's a ship, right? You need to put down your requirements. Be straightforward with what it is that you want and what you want to get out of your business, or what it is that you want to get out of this relationship or this friendship or this connection or whatever that may be.
Yes.
Because then now you're giving that other person or that other business or whatever, the other entity, a choice if they want to adapt to those requirements.
Right.
But your level of love and self-respect needs to be that high that you need to put down those. It's kind of like a criteria, right? And it's like, this is what needs to be met. And, you know, if this is not met, then I'm not moving forward with you in this relationship, in this friendship, in this business, in anything, right? You know, for example, in business, hey, I like to run business this way. I like to do things like this. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm going after. This is where I envision myself in this. If we're not Lego clicking on that, then we can't do business.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I really think that people nowadays have behaved themselves into situations that they want to get out of because they didn't put down their foot from the beginning and said what they wanted and was very clear and honest with what they're looking for in this situation.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that, did you have a topic that you wanted?
No, I wanted to also piggyback on what you were going to say. I was going to let you. The way you present yourself. What do we have? We get one impression. One. There is no second takes. Right? So show up as your best self. Not just with how you dress.
Right.
With how you are.
Yeah. Your energy.
Your energy.
Yes.
Right? Don't go to places soaky. Then why the fuck you there?
Right.
Go when you're feeling better. Like, go with your utmost highest energy.
Yep.
Right? And people always believe that high energy needs to be, no.
Right.
That's not what it is. I have high energy every day. Tasha says it all the time. And I'm not out here going, like fucking crazy. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's just a certain demeanor to your energy that you can bring to the table. Show up dressed well. You have an interview, show up. Dress well. Don't fucking dress like a bum. Right? If you have a suit, throw on a suit. Right? Oh, nah, but you know, I got slacks and a shirt. Nah, throw on a blazer.
Right.
You're going to look better. Right? Get your cut right. You know what I mean? Your nails need to be clean. Right? Don't wear any jewelry when you go. You want them to just look at, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you're going for a business opportunity or when you go to the bank, right? I went to open a freaking business bank the other day for someone, right? I went with my sweats and all my stuff. I wasn't opening for me. Right? But if you're the type of person that are going to the bank with a bag, you know what I mean? Present yourself correct.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. You get money and you can go in sweats and all that stuff. That's cool. But guess who they're gonna consider more for a loan?
Right.
If I come in suited up and you come in with sweats, you could probably get more money than me. They're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Got the same credit.
Who has the presentation?
Yeah, presentation, not only in outer, how you dress, make sure your clothes are ironed, all of that stuff, right? But also your energy needs to be right.
Yeah.
Dress yourself physically correctly, but also dress yourself and dress the other person or the other business or the other relationship with your energy.
Right.
Right. And make sure that you're carrying yourself with a certain confidence, right? Because people gonna see that, right?
Absolutely.
And for my fellas, my kings, man, that confidence got to be on 1,000 all the time.
Yeah.
Girls smell a guy that doesn't have the proper confidence. They can smell that. They ain't gonna tell you. What are they gonna tell you for? They just not gonna call you back.
Right.
Wear your confidence correctly. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. And show up as your best self all the time.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? All the time. You know, especially that first impression is everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Switching gears a bit. So I saw this on the media, and this is crazy. Going forward, a lot of people should be using like Apple Cash instead of their credit cards and debit cards. If you can put because we talked about on another episode where you should be using your credit card to pay for your stuff, which is great, but put it on your Apple Wallet if you have a iPhone, because what they're doing now, these people are getting jobs at like your Starbucks or your fast food places, and you give them your card, and they'll ring you up for your meal, and then they'll swipe on their ankle bracelet thing, some type of device that reads your card. I've gotten like 9 charges recently from Roblox. I'm not using no damn Roblox.
Roblox, yeah, that's
whatever,
probably
you know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. That's
like,
for
what
the
is
kids
it? Yeah.
that play and all that stuff on a PC.
But it's like teenage, like young, like my 2-year-old is not using, and she don't even have access. She don't even know how to like.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang,
that's
somebody swiped. It must have. It's happening a lot, and so like the economy is in a really interesting place. Inflation is at an all-time high, and they just announced the other day that we will most likely officially be in a recession in 2024.
Yeah.
I see it coming.
I believe we've been in one, but
I believe there's been a light one, but I think it's going to get more
coming
real.
in crazy, yeah.
Yeah, because it's just like, it's just too much going on.
Yeah, COVID fucked everything up.
Yeah, because now we're getting the backlash of that experience, of all that,
all the $3 trillion that they lent out. Yeah. And now they want it all back, but they don't want the $3 trillion back. They want 6.
Yeah.
Based on interest and stuff like that. So they moved a lot of interest rates. They moved a lot of inflation numbers. They moved a lot of, I mean, if you look at gross domestic product, I mean, fucking horrible GDP. I mean, I can get into the super economics of what the hell's going on right now, which is boring, and I'll leave it for another episode for you guys, because we definitely have like 7 minutes left. Okay. But I like the fact that you brought that up for Apple Cash and stuff. And it's just honestly, because credit cards are always gonna be here. You just be careful where you go, where you use them,
for sure.
And like we said in that other episode, Experian.com, get a subscription because it gives you security. It allows you, it alerts you. You can block off many things. There's so many things that you could do. Experian.com for only $30.
And women, speaking of being safe, women got to protect themselves more than ever. There's a lot of sex trafficking happening, especially in these big cities, New York, Atlanta, LA. Yeah. Listen, even when I'm pumping my gas, I'm looking, I'm paying attention. I have the Pen Defender, which is a little pen that you can write with, but it's a blade on the other end that I came up with. Yeah. I told people who was on my Instagram, I was like, yo, you can have it for free, because I just wanted women to like be protected. Like it's a lot of, and it's hard sometimes to carry like a regular knife, and then you got to switch the blade, and then sometimes you cut yourself when the opening, it's crazy. But with the pen, it looks like a regular pen. That's fire. And then you sign your name on stuff, whatever you sign in documents, but then if somebody play with you, you could pull your, the blade out. So I think women got to be real careful, because it's just so much going on. Yeah. I was in the gas station, and this guy, he was staring at me. And he was like, I was like, I seen him, and I kept walking around, and then like I went to another aisle, and like he went to that aisle too. And I'm thinking like what's wrong with this man? Like maybe I'm tripping. So I went to another aisle. He went to that aisle too. The clerk was like, she was like, excuse me. And he thought she was talking to him, but she was talking to somebody else. When he turned, I seen he had zip tie your hands in his pocket. When I seen that, I said, oh no, I didn't even get gas. Yeah. I walked out quickly, went to my car. As soon as I left, he was like walking fast behind me. Yeah. I'm like, oh. Yeah. He thought he was going to like, they're walking around with zip ties, and it's crazy.
It's crazy out here. I'm going to say this because I have a lot of women in my life. I'm the only guy, I'm really the only guy in my family. I got sisters, stepsisters, mother, you know what I'm saying? Women got to be careful, really right? Careful. Be observant, be aware when you're in the street, like how observant you was and you saw what was in his pocket, because you just never know. You women are out clubbing here and there at getting home.
Watch your drinks in the club. They sprinkling. Listen, the bartenders it's so crazy right now.
Yeah, it's a lot going on, but definitely I've read a lot on sex trafficking the last couple months too.
Now I'm gonna give a gem to the guys too. Yeah. In certain places, particularly Miami, actually, guys are at a bar. The girl's pretty. They talking. He has some money. She can tell. Yep. Then she's working with some sex traffickers.
That's about the.
And she sprinkles some stuff in his drink.
Get him right.
Then next thing you know, she takes him up to a room.
It's over.
And they steal all of his stuff. It's happened. It's a big ring of them in Miami that I heard about.
This happens a lot in DR too. Like in the Dominican Republic. Yeah, I mean, you just gotta, when you're out, especially clubbing, and you just
pay attention.
Pay attention. Yeah. Pay attention and be aware. Not just, mostly women, of course, because, men can overpower women a lot, but even men men, there's no overpowering for us. It's more so like, does she look good? Does she look like she's interested?
Right.
Now, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna get you right, and then we're gonna go to your hotel and then set you up.
Right.
That's a big thing that happens in DR
It's
a
crazy.
lot, right? So, man, you know, just humans being safe.
Yeah.
Safety is
safety is so
key.
important.
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you brought that up. So, one thing I do want to say before we go, right? I want to leave this to that, and this was a nice little short one, right? This podcast was this episode itself was more so on topics that we've come across, or also topics that people have brought up to us that want, you know, to talk about. But one thing I want to leave you guys with a message, right? And I have it right here written down, right there.
Okay.
And you can piggyback if you want.
Okay.
Be honest with yourself. Stop the bullshit. And I mean be honest with yourself and stop the bullshit in all kind of angles.
Yeah.
Financially.
Yep.
Mentally.
Yep.
Spiritually.
Yep.
And physically. Right? We
And
say
emotionally.
That a lot here. And emotionally. We say that a lot. All those 5, you know, areas in your life. We say that a lot here, and you're going to continue to hear it because this is what this podcast focuses on. How can you be better in those 5 areas, right? Commit to yourself, you know, and your goals, right? Whatever they may be, right? Don't bullshit yourself. Don't allow fear to wrap you up in this bubble that doesn't allow you to take risks, right?
Absolutely.
Everything is going to be a risk. Everything that you do is going to be a risk. You going to your job is a risk. You crossing the street is a risk.
Yeah.
You know, so at the end of the day,
living is risky.
Yeah. Right? You know, and the only reason why we're alive every single day or we're good is because we have our, you know, 6, 7 senses that we're like, oh, okay, I always get confused, 6, 7. And you know, and we can see, we can hear, and all that stuff. But that's why you have certain people that are disabled that have to be taken care of, right? Because you know, at the end of the day, life is so fragile, and we only live one. So go have fun.
Yes.
Go do the things that you want to do, and go towards your dreams and goals. That doesn't mean you have to quit your job. That doesn't mean that we all have different goals, and everyone is here to do certain things. There are people that are here that are completely happy with having a job, and I love that. That's great. I just want you, the listener, to be happy, right? But in order for you to be happy and really, really get out the full experience of life, be honest with yourself. Self-love, self-respect, and honesty with self will take you a long way. And don't bullshit yourself, man. Don't what is it that DJ Khaled? Don't play yourself.
Don't play yourself,
man, because, you know, if you bullshitting yourself, you're only bullshitting your life. Right. So, you know, I just wanted to leave them with that message because I feel like it was.
And then my newest thing is to drop a business on you guys. This is an idea that I think is interesting. I met a lady the other day at the Cheesecake Factory, 87 years old, really sweet, kind lady, very successful.
Cook good food there.
I'm sorry?
I love Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, Cheesecake Factory is cool. And I think this could be a great business idea for anyone who's looking, because I'm trying to do this every episode, is to drop a business gym.
Yes, I like that.
A dating site for people who are like 85 and over. It needs to be really, really simple because obviously their cognitive skills are not at their peak performance. I think a dating site for people who are aged like that, but it needs to be created as if it's as easy as for like a toddler. It needs to be very, very like easy button, easy. If they're going to do video, it needs to not be too...
Very, very,
Yeah, not too complicated.
There are people...
For like 80 and up.
Yeah, there are people that are 80 that... Because at that point, you know, they're not looking for anything. They just want a partner.
Yeah, a partner to do life with. I think that would be...
That's it.
Would be a good business model. Is one that I thought about. Yeah.
That is a good one, actually. Dating site for 80-year-old and over.
There's a lot of older people who are single and struggling.
It sounds like it's not too much startup capital for that. It's pretty much...
Yeah, it's not really that challenging.
For
marketing is mainly the main thing.
Yeah. It's a business that you can literally start from ground zero.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good one. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Always tuning in, WSP.
Yes.
And Double Pounded. Appreciate you, sir.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying?
Boom.
It's a great episode. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. May's the source here. You already know.
Yes. And Natasha, you guys have a good one.
Peace.
Thank you.
See you
Bye-bye.
guys.
Peace.